Let's
It
see.
hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah, it
Now,
has done
no,
something. Yeah,
it's only
yeah,
done
no,
now.
yeah.
It's done
Yeah.
only now.
Yeah, is the sound coming through? That's the
Yes.
thing. Okay, great,
It's coming.
great.
It's
Mhm.
coming.
All right. Well, I think
From
I
the
should
fat
probably take this thing down and do something like saying something like, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Weekly WAYPN." I'm Karl.
And I'm Sunny.
Why do you have to do this every single
It
time?
makes it interesting and fun.
AKA,
Henry and Sangita.
great. I'm glad that we could get through that without somebody being a git. It's time for you to read.
Reading?
Yes, it's time for you to read.
But no one teach me.
Oh my god.
Okay, we have Larry.
If I tell the
Look
story
at the
of it,
slew of comments that came in. Hello. Oh my god, it's 5 a.m. for you. Why are you awake? Go back to sleep.
This way you can do more work today.
No thanks. No. Well, hello, Liam. Hello, Rambo. Hello.
When I said the reading, I meant of the.
Okay, fine. Didn't do a whole lot, but the effect is nice.
Oh, good lord.
Per suggestion, I put some pure white on the eyes. Then for grins, added just a little here and there, mostly on the tips of some of the flames and some small random sections of the flame edges. And I said.
What did you
much
say?
Better with the white.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the white has made this significantly better.
Yes.
But of course, we've already had our first technical difficulty. Facebook being Facebook. If you want to see Cal being not PG, you can go back. What is it, 2 or 3? And see me crash out screaming about Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I don't know if
not
it was...
not exactly screaming, just swearing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Facebook.
I shall tone myself down for the 4 a.m. and the 5 a.m. folks.
Well, anyway,
Okay.
so I think that the whites are a lot better.
Yeah.
Beyond that, do you have any thoughts on this guy? Because we do have one final update, and then I think it's done.
I think he's looking much better once you add the white. And white is so very important as the finishing point for any OSL effect. Doesn't matter if it's fire, LED lights, doesn't matter. As long as it's a light source, it needs to have that white to show that sort of that super bright light source effect. Or else it just doesn't quite work out. Alright, I think that's all I have to say.
Yeah, no, so I know it is following the comic book, but I think, the whole Superman onesies thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see it very much with Ben Grimm in a minute, right? AKA The Thing. I think if his little togs here were blue, I think that would help with the separation of the model. But I'm not saying anything about this painting. I'm just saying design wise, because when it's all fire all the time, it's very hard to pull your focus to the correct areas.
Like his crotch.
No, I wanted something to contrast against the fire so that you've got...
What if he did like a sort of a deeper orange to keep with the theme?
No, I'm not saying that for the... I'm saying it needs a point of separation. Like, for example, the 4 is good, right? The white and the eyes are good, right? But what I'm saying is when you've got an all-fire model, it's not as interesting, you follow?
How about, what if he just did it on the belt?
What, the blue?
Uh-huh.
Alright, we'll move on.
Okay.
Alright, so next up, we have Ben Grimm.
Dry brush the rocky bits with Mars orange, then again more likely with a touch of white added to the orange. White on the teeth and the eyes with a dot of electric blue to show off those big old baby blues. Ultramarine shorts with some added electric blue to do highlights. In 2 passes, increasing the lighter shade amount. White waistband, then had to quit because my hands were cramping and I couldn't hold a brush anymore. Yeah, that's happened. Happened to me.
Oh my
Cramping.
good lord, would you Facebook stop?
And so it begins, friends. So things are said nice at explosive jinx.
Yes, because they're painting while we're doing the thing.
Yes.
But yeah, so like, okay, Ben Grimm, the thing is just all rocks, right?
Yes.
Now we will see the base, which I think he does up in another thing where we had the picture of just the base, or maybe that's
a different post.
I think it's in a different post, maybe. But there's so like the thing is when you've got something like this, right? So the face having, you know, the teeth, that sort of thing, you know, all of this shadowing, that sort of thing, that draws the eye. The blue helps create separation of that sort of thing. This is what I'm talking about with like a monochromatic model. Like you don't need a lot to create some visual interests, but you do need something. And I think Larry's done well here, right?
Yeah.
We do see it progress a bit, and I think it looks better with the progression. Not as much because of the model itself, but because of the basing. Because he's been, you know, painting while basing, and just having, you know, Ben on a piece of shattered concrete, which will be a distinctly different color to him, creating once again another layer of separation. I think that will be good, but I think this has been one of the things that we've found a lot with iconic characters. Like he's done Superman, he's done Batman, he's done quite a few of the comic book characters, and what looks good on a page doesn't necessarily look good on a miniature.
Yeah. I think he really nailed it though. With this one, it feels just like from either the movies or the comics. I think the comics. I think the face was very well done with the teeth and the tongue, and also the little dots of blue. I thought showed a lot of control.
Yes.
And it really gives that cartoon feel because it's like those pure pearly whites. With zero separation in the teeth, you know what I mean?
But I do think that is how Ben Grimm looks, because he no longer...
No, that's just a classic way that people draw teeth.
I understand, but it might be a thing in the comic books.
Maybe, I don't know, but I think it just looks like it came out of the books, which is good.
Alright, well let us move on to our next post, which I think might actually be me.
It is you.
Okay. It's Member Monday. Hashtag Member Monday. Alright, there's a lot of names. It seems, I'm guessing, a lot of you came from our end of WAYPN video. Welcome. You will see here years of work that we have put in together. And that's the part I want to focus on. For a few years now, I've been doing a riff on this. What makes a digital place? There is no climate, there is no soil, there is no terrain to shape them. No pleasant, all-year, coastal, plentiful places making carefree people, nor harsh, wintered, mountainous terrain to make harsh people. There are rules and guidelines to websites set out, but unless someone reports such things, I should say, they mean nothing. What makes a digital place is its community. It's you, and I'm very proud of the place that we have made together here. I'm meme-brained. I'm remembering the YouTube where they used to do the YouTube annual things, and they'd go, "I'm so proud of this community," and it's infected my brain ever since. Right. And I hope that each and every one of you will feel welcome. Well done. Truly AI we are. If you want to do high-level and interesting work, we have members that do that. If you just want to get things done on the tabletop, we have people here doing this. as well as people doing it as art therapy, both mental and physical, as a way to relax. We have everyone just at every single level.
Yeah.
Here, you are welcome, regardless of who you are, so long as you hold on to one thing here. When you are here, you are one thing above all else. You are a hobbyist first and last. And yeah, we truly do mean that, because like, I think that we've been running out of places to be as, you know, a community.
Yeah.
Like, things have become increasingly separated into the good ones and the bad ones, the us's and the thems, and so on, right?
Batch Pater, also a Facebook hater, he said.
Oh yes. Well, look, if we didn't do this on Facebook, I don't know where else we could do it, because of just how things are set up. It's...
There is a consideration.
What?
The website.
Yeah, and like section. Pay for extra features and all of this, and then people, you know, would put in, like, we've already had troubles on that end, and you know about that. But anyway, let's move on.
Will be nice.
All right, so we have Larry.
Righto. La. Flame on! Can't think of much more to do with this one, so he's done. Decided not to do much more with the rock on the base because I like the scorched/burned stone look, so I airbrushed the Max Darth Black around the stone and on the rim. That's a good choice. That is a very good choice. Because I looked at this, and then all I saw was like this sort of glowing fire effect along the ground, and I was like, oh yeah, that is a good idea.
I think he's smoothed things out a lot, and I think it does look really, really interesting now. I think it's as well as you can do with something like this, and you know, like, it's difficult. It's really difficult. Sorry, I read something on the comments, and I was just like, what? That's... Never mind. I will avoid reading the comments.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think as well as it can turn out, because like, it's so monochromatic in the way that it is, right? Like, sure, it's an analogous color scheme, but you know what I'm saying, don't you? Like, it's just...
Yeah.
And I think that's some of the problems that we've had with lots of these things. But I actually think when it's looked at from afar, like I'm looking at on your computer rather than mine, I think it actually looks a lot better.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds terrible, because it's like, if we don't look at your paint job close up, it looks better.
I don't know. I think even with close up,
no,
I think it looks...
My point was more like, that is how you will be viewing it most of the time, right?
Yeah.
And I think that he's done very well, like, creating, like, intense contrast, considering it is in that analogous scheme. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think that's great. All right.
Of course, the black background helps a lot with a model like this.
Yes, of course. All right, let us move on to even more Larry. It looks like it's all Larry this week.
Shaded some areas of the belt with some light grays. Might not show very well on screen. Airbrushed the base with a couple of different grays, then decided what the heck. Used the Max Darth on the edges since I had it out. Did an oil wash on the cracks. Will clean up with when it has a chance to dry. Some of the pieces on the base have some earthy texture, so I'll paint that part later before I glue Ben on. And I think that looks really good. Like,
yeah, I agree. Because, like, this is what I was talking about with the separation earlier. Like, because, like, you're going to have these very neutral tones against this very intense sort of orange. And, it's going to be this absolute pop of colour.
Popping.
And then you're going to have this just normal looking base, and you get the idea that it is the fantastical juxtaposed against the mundane. And I think that will look good. Yeah. But we will see, because I think he's worked on it more. But we've had very few people this week. And so Levy asked, basically he's trying to get into things, and we don't mind if people ask things so long as they'll show progress later on. So we will watch for Levi's progress later on. But next up we have Tomas.
Now I see I should make higher contrast between fur colors and add more embroidery to the cape. Don't mind the gap, I keep him not fully assembled for easier painting. Oh my god. The trim.
The trim is very nice looking, but that gap is a bit oh my god.
It's broken.
It is broken.
It's broken, man.
It's literally broken. But yeah, I think the contrast between the fur is very important. So Tomas does a lot of grimdark stuff. I'm just saying that for people who are watching for sort of the first time ever now. I think that when it comes to this, I'm not sure the direction that he's going to go with it. So I'm just going to save my comments for now, except I do agree with you that
trim is quite nice, and I think he might have even painted on a bit of texture for the cloth, because it does have a little bit of a graininess to it, which is not a bad thing. It just feels like cloth. That's very nice. It has a very sort of Native American vibe.
Yeah, I was thinking an American Indian thing. I was thinking the exact same thing. I think it's probably because of, I don't know what these cut leather straps are called.
Truges.
No, but in the Indian context, I don't know what I don't know.
Fringes, a fringe. Fringe, I think that's what they're called.
I guess. But I think that plus the colours really sort of makes it look like that.
He wants to see it all glued.
Well, we'll see.
We will see when the time comes, which he will. He will glue it together.
Yes, Tomas does actually do work, so
yes.
We can be sure of that.
Be sure, yeah. All right, next we have George. Hello all, new blood here. Thank you for the warm welcome. Here are some Trench Crusade minis I have had on my bench recently. I have been painting in a vacuum. I haven't shared my work before, and I'm struggling to diagnose how to improve. Right now, I feel comfortable at a okay tabletop character standard, but I want to transition into display level painting, since I primarily paint for TTRPGs and a small squad games. I am happy to invest time into individual models, but blends, volumes, and definition are a real struggle. I'm starting to think that the gritty/murky aesthetic, while on theme, has become a bit of a crutch. It's a forgiving style that hides my many mistakes, although I feel it could be stalling my progress. I would really appreciate any feedback you folks have as to what the best next step would be. Thanks, G. That is a very good question, Mr. George, because that is something that people do tend to I'm not sure if they do tend to observe, but we definitely tend to observe that with the grimdark style, it can turn into a crutch.
Well, yeah, so I think it also depends on the person behind it, because I think there are people who recognize that it can be a crutch, because, for example, Tomas and is it Ryan?
Ryan.
Yeah, and Ryan are really, really good grimdark painters, but they focus around two things, right? They focus around, what do you call it? Contrast of kind and value separation. So yeah. Give me one moment. I'm going to put up the curtain. And I'm going to get up some of some of Ryan's stuff, right? And I'll just take a quick moment. Oh my God. All right. Sorry, I was looking at Facebook, and it's the terrible way that it's set out. So, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, well, I think it would also help to know more about the specific struggle that you're having with the blends and the volumes and definition, like you said. Are you having trouble knowing where to place it? Are you having troubles with stamina? Like, you know where to put it, you know how to blend, but you're getting easily fatigued with all of the technical work that you then just sort of, stop halfway. That sort of thing. Or do you not know, like at a technical level, how do you actually get volume? And how are you meant to render something a bit better?
I'm going to take the thing down and comment for a hot minute, right? So, when it comes to this, so we're just taking a look at some of Ryan's stuff, and this is pretty much how he finished up. He added like some lightning to the thing to really sort of finish things off. But as an example, when he first showed us this, I'm just gonna check. Okay, great. We've got. Sorry, the thing seemed a little off before. When he first showed us this, one of the issues was that this wasn't bright enough. And see, like, Ryan's very, very good at taking feedback. And see, this is going to be one of the biggest things when it comes to becoming a better painter. Unfortunately, it really hurts when you hear that you're not doing well enough, because as creative people, like, we really put a lot of ourselves into our work.
Yeah.
And it can be upsetting when you struggle and you do your best and someone says, not good enough, right? Is this the start of it? Yeah, okay, so here's sort of the start of it, right? And if we go through it, we can see that things are painted well, right? But we don't have that level of separation. So that's one direction to go. You can go into the grimdark aesthetic, focus on lighting, focus on values, focus on contrast of kind.
Yeah, that is actually like different textures, glossy next to matte,
Yeah.
rough next to smooth. So that is a contrast.
Yeah, like along right here, right? We have we've got the value contrast, right? But we've also got the contrast of kind, because we can see that this is very different to the surrounding area, right? It's things like this. But it seems like you've got really good control, but what you need to work on is edge highlighting, from what I'm looking at.
Yeah, like improving the depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think just going further into helping to increase those values. I think if you do that, it will just show such a massive improvement, such a small thing will make you, once you see it done, you're like, oh my god, why didn't I think of that? You know? So another thing that people tend to, this happens a lot with 2D artists, and I think it happens with 3D artists as well. They are afraid to push those values. Sometimes they will stick very much with value shading, meaning that they will logically think to only apply blacks to their shadows and whites to their highlights. Sometimes you need to push in terms of saturation. So you might want to go from like a very dull red to a very super bright fire engine red, like high saturation red. And we have a video on how to paint red, understanding red. That video will, I think, help you a lot. And that's why we really like the color series, because we often see these sorts of comments.
Can you stop for
Sure,
a moment
sure.
and just check the sound, please?
Okay, right. Let me take a look here. Yeah, I see that there's like a doubling. I wonder if it is. But I'm not on the thing, so...
Yeah, you're not on the thing. So give me 1 minute, guys, and I'm going to try and fix that up. Now, perhaps everything will go wrong forever, but I will try. Alright, the manual solution.
A little bit.
Alright, let's see now here if we're coming through alright.
You're currently muted, so Oh, hey. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
We're good
it's
now?
not echoing anymore.
Alright, so the plug and unplug works. Alright, fantastic. Of course the computer stuffs up midway through, because, you know, it's got to be that way. But yeah, essentially, I think that's why Sunny loves the color series you were saying.
Yeah, because like we see a lot of these sorts of comments. Like I don't know how many times we have told people, go watch this video, this exact video. So like there's so many different ways to paint a singular color just by choosing hue, saturation, and values.
So yeah, you know? I'd say your knowledge base isn't bad. Like, so when we take a look at the things, the way that you're situating things, like for example, this fire is a little off, right? It seems like you're just trying to do it the sort of naturalistic way through intuition, right? But fire's one of those things which isn't done as well intuitively as you'd think.
Yeah, light sources are very difficult.
Yeah.
In particular, to do it manually, it really needs a soft glowing effect.
But my point was, like, it doesn't seem as if you have a bad knowledge gap. It seems like what you mostly want to do is paint intentionally, right? Go, all right, I'm working on this week, right? Just make a decision on something that you want to work on and then work on it. Like, I know that sounds really simple, right? The thing is, right, some of the times it is freaking simple because, like, how do people lose weight? Diet and exercise, right? How do you improve each week? You focus on something intentionally, right? The answer is simple. The doing is hard.
Oh, yeah.
So let's choose something, whatever it might be that you want to improve. Just choose one thing, work on it each week, and go, all right, this is the thing I'm trying to improve, and we'll give feedback on that. And hopefully, in maybe like, let's say 3 months, you'll be a different painter.
Batch Painter say, I completely agree. The colors are great, but definition of those would make a massive difference.
Yes, 100%. And what I really do like about the community here is that we have a lot of good painters here. We have a lot of people who are getting it done. Like Larry puts in stuff almost every single week.
Oh, yeah,
I
think he does pretty much every week.
Yeah, Joseph is always getting stuff done there. We haven't seen from Lance in a while.
Oh, yes.
I hope he's okay, because he is a bit older, as I understand it. But anyway, let us get to my hilarious Talk Tuesday post. All right, it's Talk Tuesday. Hashtag Talk Tuesday. So, as we have a few new people here, I will do a bit of a reminder of what everything is about. So, on Talk Tuesday, we generally ask a question. If you want to get into the spirit of things, you ask something like, do you ever use these color test cards, or write down your recipe for later? What you shouldn't ask is, does me mum love me or nah? Baby powder made out of babies. Do big booty Latinas in my area? Then we have Whip Wednesday, which I think everyone knows this one. Throwback Thursday, where you show off your old work, which means a lot to you, and tell a little story. But we don't really review these ones because we're all about the now. And yeah, I thought I would tell you about those things. Alright, so let us move on to Bruno. I thought it was what's that Mexican? Bueno.
No, I think
Bueno.
it's Bruno. Hashtag whip what I'm painting. That's nice. First of all, hello, new here. It's really nice to meet you all. My name in YouTube is Explosive Jigs. Okay, that's who we have here, Bruno. Okay. I have to say, what a lovely community is gathered here. Everybody painting, trying to improve. It inspires me to stop printing so much and start putting some paint on the minis and understand not only how to paint, but why I'm painting. Very good. So here it is, what I'm painting right now. His name is Crumpfang Giga Chopper. For my custom orc army, corn-touched boy, inspired by the fell orcs from Warcraft. So far, I've painted the skin.
I think I have a comment on this one, I'm going to say.
Did you?
Yeah.
Sorry. So far, I've painted the skin. Why is there purple and lavender around? I used underpainting before applying contrast paint, makeup sponge method, and then I started some layering with reds to pump up the details and fix the coffee stains and such that contrast paint usually leaves. I'm really pleased with how it looks, but I think it could benefit from a couple more brighter highlights to make it pop even more. The lips or the muscle striations. I'm wondering if I should go to the colder side and use pinkish highlights, or warmer and use an orange fiery red. Open for suggestions and critique.
So, since I've seen this...
Understanding Red by WAYPN.
Basically, yes. Basically, that's one of the best ways to understand what we would recommend. Because the thing is, when it comes to reds, you want to use your highest saturation red.
Yeah. If you want it to read as a pure red.
Yeah. And essentially, with this guy, he's looking good, but I think we see an update because I recommended like either blue or green for some other area, because essentially at the moment, he's all analogous on one side, right? But the values are very good here, like the difference between the sort of metals and the skin. The skin is nice and consistent, which is good. But yeah, that's basically the feedback I have for this one until we see the update. Do you want to comment? No. I think yeah. Look, you've got a great start, right? Because you've done the right thing with the purples, the underpainting with the purples. So what is great is that you've already set yourself up for the analogous shading method. So yes, I would say if you wanted to go highlight, if you don't have a really really bright red, yes, a orangey red would help here, because you would be following the analogous scale of purple and then red and then orange. But judging by the picture, it looks like you do have room for a really high saturation red. You can still go there because it's not too bright, what you already have. So if you do have a high saturation red, like a Chimera the Red is our go-to. Yeah, I think Vallejo has a very decent primary red. You could try that, but I'm trying to remember which red that is.
Yeah, I don't.
But
yeah.
Anyway, long story short, I think the skin looks decent. Like I'm not unhappy with the skin, but let's see how things go with the update, and in the meantime, we will go up. So next up, we have Andy.
Righto. let's see what Andy has to say. Andy, he say, "Hi, thanks for letting me join the group. Currently working on a gnome Blood Bowl team, and boy, do these boys look very colorful. They look just like the garden gnomes you would have in the garden.
They really do, but I wonder, can they have trolls or something?
Very fantastical and fairy tale.
Well, no, because these are the I forgot the name of the one with Feed Me Seymour.
Oh,
what's the name of that movie, guys? The one where he's
very Pet Shop of Horrors?
Yeah, Pet Shop of Horrors. So it's I think Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis, what a dude. What a dude. Cuz his wife got ill, I believe, and he just up and left Hollywood, and he's just like, I got to take care of my kids and stuff. And it's like, what a dude. But yeah, so I think, oh my god, I'm getting over that with you, Facebook. So with this, I think all of it's looking good thus far. There's nothing here where I would say there's anything that I would like to change. I think the only thing is that with these, because they are sort of so out of theme, I do see that one's holding a ball here and such, right? One of the things that I would have really done with all of this has nothing to do with the models at all, right? These models very much do look like exactly what you said, garden gnome, but I don't think they're the official Blood Bowl team. Just give me 1 second.
No, they are not. Do they have gnomes? I thought it was something else. The team that they've got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, apparently they do have.
So here we go.
I think a good number of people use proxies for their Blood Bowl teams, don't they?
Yeah, so it seems like their gnomes have a much more distinctive character, but I don't know that it's particularly better. So it seems like I'm just going to take a look at their calm the truck on. I click on things and you do not do things, Mr. Machine. But let's see. Yeah, they can have tree men, so like get Gnome Beastmaster, Gnome Illusionist. Okay. Interesting. Alright, but yeah. So I actually really do like these models, but I think one of the issues with this, right, is they don't look like a Blood Bowl team at all in any way, shape or form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that's your intent, that's fine. But I think the one thing that could be done with all of this, and like for you guys who have been here for roughly forever, you know exactly what I'm about to say. What am I about to say? They need a stripe on their base.
Oh, yes.
Right.
And we have a little tutorial,
a
short, on how to do that. But we can literally just tell you what we do. We take a Blood Bowl slaughter base, put it on top of the base that you've just made, airbrush a white line through the gap, and that's it.
Yep.
You've got yourself a pitch line.
Yep. And so like, as far as I can tell, the intent has been to make like those sort of classic gnomes. And so when it comes to this, because we have that sort of context of the classic, garden gnomes, like, I know that this is going to sound bad, but like, you don't have to paint at a higher level because we sort of expect that sort of level of painting with these guys, right? I think that these guys look really nice. I love the color contrast and all of that. You know, I think they're a very interesting model. I think that you painted the tongue really well. I love, you know, the tentacle limbs. Like, they look great.
Yeah, they have a really good level of individual elements, right? Like, everything is separated, which is great. And even with the lips, like, you've done something to try and bring out the little details of the, I don't know, the creases in the lips and all that sort of thing. So it's very fantastical. It looks very fun, very vibrant, and it's quite very nice. I think you did a great job. Very clean as well.
Yeah, so my only bit of advice, because we try and give advice to people based off their goals, and like, unfortunately, people never say, oh, I'm painting at character level, I'm painting at tabletop, so we have to infer it a lot, right? But we try and give them feedback based off what they want feedback on. But yeah, pitch lanes make the miniatures look cohesive and in-game no matter the model on the base. Exactly.
That's,
and see, if both teams have pitch lines on their bases, right, you get the idea of they're both, you
playing
know,
the game.
Yeah, right. But if you want turf for miniatures for Blood Bowl, look at railway line grass. That's what I've got on the elves up there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let us move on.
I will type that in. Railway line grass for Blood Bowl turf. There you go. All right. It's you. It's you.
Yeah, it's me. All right, should I read it out because it's me?
Yes.
It's Whip Wednesday. # Whip Wednesday. Tried out Double Chop. Works great with the capes. Realised that Sunny only took one picture. She is the officially takes the pictures now, and now she needs to do her control cleaning.
What? What does that mean?
Alright. I don't know if you guys have mistresses who have to clean so that they feel in control of everything.
Honey, it's every person.
It's every person needs to clean to feel in control.
It's not about the control. It's about feeling nice. Don't you want to be in a clean house? Like, you wouldn't want to eat on a dirty plate. Kind of like that, you know? Like.
Alright. But the real question is, should I interrupt her for the cape photos? I did not. Double Chop, pretty cool. Very fun capes. Perhaps tomorrow with bases. Oh, and and the most important lesson is that some of the times you just need to get things done. And like, don't get yourself in a tizzy. Just get things done. And so, anyway, like, that's the big thing here. Like, these are not the greatest works of art ever, right? But they're fine. You know, like, they will serve well as what they're meant to be. Which are the armored guys with the hand weapons and shields? Oh, I don't know, maybe these guys. Which are the armored guys with crossbows? Well, I don't know, maybe these guys. That's all that needs to be done. But are you going to play games with me? You are Facebook, aren't you? But I was pretty happy with the cape. So I just did, Bile red is the really bright red. What's the other red, or is it?
Flesh Terror's red.
Flesh Terror's red. So I just did a standard Zenithal. Then I did Flesh Terror's red all over, and did a quick dry brush of white, and then just did. So it was very thin. So you still got something more with these. And then I just did the Bile red on top, and then in the shadowed areas I used that Luxion purple. Silly name purple. And I think they turned out really well for super quick. I think I think for each model I may have spent a minute on the capes. And for a minute, that freaking fantastic.
Yeah, very high contrast. I think it set everything in place. Obviously, we will have to put the matte varnish to remove the shine. But
maybe.
I think it would look nice with that.
Maybe you are correct. Maybe we will see.
Oh my God, it's Barney.
All right. So next up we have Batch Painter.
Started work on the chunky boy. Happy with his progress so far. Color scheme is a test for my next project.
Wait, isn't Batch Painter meant to be painting something sad?
Ugh. No, he decided he would not upset me.
Sad bacon?
He's no longer sad baconing. He is doing some happy bacons.
He's doing some happy bacons with Barney the purple dinosaur.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but it's a chicken fish.
Chicken fish.
It's a fish chicken.
That sounds like something that gets advertised in like a very bright and happy way, but is actually dystopian. It sounds like something that you see on, like, for example, what's it? Cyberpunk. Get your chicken fish, yeah! May contain genetically modified chicken fish. But yes.
It seems I can't find a good picture of my Winx Club character.
Your what?
Yes. It's a TV show for wee girls.
Why are they all in skin tight suits?
I know. I asked myself that question.
This is for little girls, you say?
Yes. Tweens? Is it? Yeah.
I don't think tweens should be watching such things.
Yeah. Well, I do think they should dress better. I always had that opinion, even at
all right, we will move on from your terrible
Winx,
choice.
That's a throwback. He knows. He knows. You watch girly shows. I laugh at you. No, I'm kidding.
All right,
kidding.
can we watch?
So happy.
Can we watch our TV show?
Techna then. Oh, okay. All right.
Well, what is? Never mind.
All right. Look, I'm reading. Slowly putting some more color on this bad boy. It's turning to be more of a challenge than I've anticipated, since I wanted to push myself more and out of my comfort zone. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe right now it's on the ugly duckling phase of painting, especially on the bandages. What I'm really proud of is the skin.
Yeah, no,
skin's come out real
the
good.
skin has come out well.
I can see those striation lines. I'm not zoomed in at all. I'm looking at it. What is it like from the main post? Like I haven't clicked on the post, so I can already see the striation lines. So that's good because that means there's a good level of contrast there between the highest paint color. I
don't think that the bandages are quite as bad as you're making them out to be. They're fine. Like, I'm not gonna write home about them, but they're fine. I think that the coloration with the rest of it's going well. I'd like to see what you're going to do with the rest of this here. Like,
I think you'd feel a lot happier if you did some hatch marks on the bandages. Because like you're going sort of a textury route. So if you did like some cross-hatching to make it feel like a canvasy material, I think you'd be a lot happier with them.
I think that this needs some differentiation because I don't think this is bandages.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but like it's definitely not whatever that is, and like at the moment it looks a little too similar. Here it's all right, but over here, not as good, not as much separation. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts thus far. I'd like to see some more progress on it so that I can make some more commentary, because at the moment, right, there's a lot of blocking in, like, because I think this looks good. There's nothing wrong with this, but like it doesn't have like those, like the leather scratchings or anything like that. So like I think it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's good, but because it seems like this shaded purple seems to be his sort of zenithal, as he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot that we don't have blocked in yet, and I want to see what more he's going to do with it, because like you said, if he's going to do those sort of texture areas, right, you probably want to do some slight rust and some various chips and that sort of thing in the gun to like have that contrast so that the skin is nice and smooth, right, but the other things are more damaged and so on.
Yeah, so who was it that asked about improving again? Oh, I forget. Where? I think it's George. Yes, George. So this is what we were talking about, like having a contrast of kind will push your sort of skills to the next level as well. So here's a good example with what Bruno's done here.
Yeah.
All right, so let us continue.
Yes, I was just reading the comments for a moment.
Yeah.
All right, we've got more by Larry.
Did a bunch of little touch-ups and then added pigment for the soil. First pigment plus pigment fixer, then pigment and water, then straight pigment, letting the layers dry. So there is a little variety in textures to it. Also painted some greens on the fern bits. Henry, I'm sorry, but I forgot what you suggested for assembling these things back when I added one to my Man-Thing figure. Could you go over that again, please? Edit, is the fern too much? It would hide existing details, and it's just occurred to me that it would hide too much.
I think what I talked about with this was like getting like something circular and rolling them.
Yeah, that's my immediate thought.
But I can't remember exactly what we were talking about, because back then I think we were doing all sorts of nonsense.
Yeah, because you did like lichen and all that with your Man-Thing, and it turned out real great. And that special moss sort of effect.
The more to my point is, like, we were also doing all sorts of stuff with basing at that point in time, so like I can't remember exactly what we were talking about.
Could I borrow the mouse?
Why?
Why do you ask such questions? Give it.
Why? Why must you take things from me?
I've asked politely.
Just because you ask politely doesn't mean that, you get to have something.
You know why. How often do I ask for the mouse? Give it. Thank you. So
Give it is not.
Honey, what if he sort of cut it a bit smaller here?
No. And that's because then the rest of it will look off. Like, these look like ferns as they stand, right? But like, if he starts cutting things, or are you saying, right, like, cut these two back and make that the beginning of your fern?
Yeah, so like just to make it a bit smaller so that not as many things get covered up. And then, of course, you still
a shorter
roll it.
Fern, yeah. Maybe, because like the problem is we don't know how big these are. Like, we get an indication with this next to it.
Well, we have seen from his post, he said that he feels that it covers too much. So he's probably done his dry fitting, which is why I suggest...
I don't know, like, if you can just sort of show us with them on the base, I think is probably best bet.
Nah.
Alright.
Bruno thank you. We'll work on it and we'll put more colors on the orc. The feedback and tips are really appreciated and really helpful. Great! That's what we want. We want to be helpful.
Yes.
That is what we do here.
And some people want to steal other people's things.
Yeah.
Alright, but next up we've got even more Larray.
I am. Thinned some Black Legion contrast with contrast medium 1:1 and put it on the hair and beard. The yellow primer came through stronger than expected, so I put another layer. How does it look? Some of the colorized photos I've seen of him showed very dark brown highlights, so I'm not sure if I should add those or just try to reinforce some of the firelight. Also added dark Prussian blue to the pants, but no highlighting yet. The brighter bits are with...
I think it's good. I
like it, yes. Now it feels more correct. In my opinion, it just feels... Yeah.
Well, because it does look like OSL lighting in this picture right here. When you come to the back, not as much, mostly because of the flames themselves being like having somewhat yellow. Sorry, not yellow,
like
white. But yeah, I think all of those other areas in the front, yeah, looks good because it does look like an OSL. It was an interesting way to get here, but it seems like it's worked out for him.
Yeah.
Like I think that this looks good. I'd probably keep it this way and just call it done.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where I'd go with it.
I like the jeans. Right.
All right, next up we have Liam.
Right. Liam. All right, Liam. We have moved on to a new project. My progress for the week. Sort of. Rimmed the base of my worm in black. Not pictured. Plus, got back to work on a mini I had started back in January. The first picture was taken when I first completed my light box as a flash photo, I think. Everything after that was taken tonight with the ring light I just acquired earlier today. Progress was limited, but my photo quality may have gone up a bit. I think that counts as a win. It's a win. It's definitely a win.
If you guys had have seen the earlier pictures, it's a win.
It's a win. What was he trying to do? Flashlight and the flash from the phone to take pictures. My God, Liam. I just... the things men will do to experiment.
You can't blame all of mankind for this one, okay?
Oh, really?
Yes, it's not allowed.
It was quite funny at the time.
But yeah, so I'm just wondering what's going on in here. We've got some greys and if that's intentional.
You know, sometimes airbrush will produce that weird grey.
No, not grains, greys.
Yeah, greys. Remember that one time you were using the metallics and you shook it really well?
Yeah.
And then it turned out grey for some reason?
Yeah, no, that was odd.
Okay, so Liam said, "Damn it, Sonny, I'm an accountant, not a photographer."
But yeah, no, it's looking a lot better. I think the main thing will be, all right, well, what do you want to do with the rest of it? Leave this scythe alone, okay? You can touch here and the shaft, all right, but the scythe itself, leave it alone. It's good. It's fine.
Why?
Liam, are you hearing me? You leave the scythe alone.
Cut grass with mower instead. Electric mower if possible. Battery operated, no petrol.
Why are you like this?
I thought it was fun. I don't know.
But yeah, so I think the color contrasts between the neutrals of the grey and the brown is good. Try and find yourself some greenish grey for the skin. Maybe something like a sort of nurgly sort of color. And I think that will probably serve you well. So my big focus for you, because I know that you get a limited amount of time to paint each week, would be focus on your most impactful things that you can do each week. Just try and be neat and tidy and focused on highest impact each week rather than trying to refine. Because that seems to be the issue that you have. So
you're saying blocking in colours?
Yeah. Well, for example, just with this, right? For example, what I do is if I only get a few hours each week, I do that grey-green, right? And what I would probably do is find a more sort of reddish-brown for the gun/staff thing of this. Get that in, and maybe if I have enough time, just get a sort of bone color on the on the wraps.
Yeah, the wraps.
And like just be like, all right, that's my goal. Get something make an achievable goal, because remember that you've got limited time.
So Liam says, I was gonna give it a touch of metallic for the blades there. But if the rusted AF blade looks better, I can see that.
Yeah, no, just honestly leave it, because it will very much fit with the aesthetic of this character. You know, I think that's the thing. So remember, like, if you've got limited time, don't torture yourself by going, all right, now I'll get something really precise, and then I don't get like recognizable progress that week.
Yeah.
Because like the thing is, if you focus on getting stuff done, you'll get better at that, and you'll get better at that. And so like maybe you just block things in with another character, block things in, and then you have like a series of model where things are blocked in, and you're like, all right, I'll do highlights on this character, I'll do highlights on this character, and that way you'll see that significant progress each week. All right, let us move on. All right, so next up we've got Andy.
Right. Been one of those weeks where I can't remember what I have and haven't shared. But as I was just working on this evening, can share it now. Trying to do a color I don't do very often. Think it's a good start. Yeah, I think the colors pair well.
I think as a start, it's great. But where it's going, I have no idea.
It is a very
unusual model.
Yeah, I think because it's like stylistically trying to be very sort of sharp in the edges with the shape design of it all, right? And
very punk is sort of the feel that I get for it, but like
but it's also a very soft looking model.
The way that she has her hips pointed out, right, is very sort of much like a crotch thrusting guy.
It does seem
right, like way. It's like, hey, I want some of this, and it's just like, you don't understand. Yes, many guys would like some of that. Okay, like that's not going to work for you the way that you. Yeah. But like the thing is with that, I think the blocking, the colors is good, but I'm not sure where it's going from here. So we'll have to see, because this one's just pretty much blocked in. And it's okay. Some of the times, just blocking in colours, like we said with Liam, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, it's me. So I should probably read. It's readable, is it? Started working on the soldiers for the tabletop D&D commission. Also worked a little more on the bases. Pretty happy with the striping work. Also used some Tamiya to define lines. So yeah, this is them just doing the classic red and yellow guard color scheme, and so I'm very happy with how the Tamiya panel liner helps define the lines, but it does bring things down a bit, as it always will, right? But also I think once I do the steels, they're pretty much going to steal the show.
Oh my god. Well, Bruno say, I like the yellow. Such a hard color to usually paint without it looking chalky or splotchy.
But yeah, they're just coming along, and of course just getting some of these bases in. These are the Dungeons and Lasers bases. What is that?
He said, ha! Jokes.
But yeah, and I really like this for cobblestone, where you have like tan, rich brown, teal, and grey, because I find that a lot of the time with cobblestone it's quite boring, but when it came to cobblestone, yeah, a lot of the time they'd use the exact same stone, but a lot of the times what they'd use is riverstone. And with riverstone, there's often different coloured rocks in there. So you just grab whatever you can grab, and yeah. And so...
are you gonna like unify them somehow? The coloration.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a light grey dry brush, and I'm gonna do wash and pigment powder.
Righto, yeah. And we've done this with our dungeons and lasers. Actual tiles. There were like over
1064 it was.
No, that was like the number of things we painted total, but like the tiles itself was like maybe 200 tiles or something. It was a big amount.
Okay, so because there's the walls as well, because I think we had way more tiles than we had walls.
Yeah, there was a lot of tiles. Yeah.
But yeah, so this was that same color scheme for that. And I just wanted to have something different. But also, we don't have many dry brushes. I'm going to have to check on that. All right. But yeah, and just getting it done, you know? And like some of the times that's what you're going to do. Just and remember, like, this is coming from somebody who gets paid to do this. It's okay to do tabletop. Okay? Like, people pay me money. You know, I get to buy groceries because...
Yes, honey.
But why are you cutting me off here?
I don't know. I'm saying we understand the concept.
Not everyone understands the concept.
Of being paid money?
No. That it is okay to paint tabletop. Like, not everything has to be like the highest level of painting every single time. Right? And like, that's one of the traps I fall into. So, is it this guy over here? Do we have a close-up shot?
Go back. This fella.
Yeah. So, like, that guy all the way over here, like, I put a bit more work into and did some scratches on his boots and stuff, and I was just like, this is tabletop, mate. Just chill. Chill. And, like, it doesn't even come up in one of these bigger pictures unless it's, like, an individual shot. Just things like that. Lots of little different things will pull you back. So, it's okay. It's okay to just paint tabletop. Alright. Unlike consistent contributor Chris Shah.
Been a rough couple of weeks of back pain, but happy enough to get these tabletop and continue progress. I feel like his tabletop is so character level though.
Well, no, because like I think that his tabletop is what. Well, a lot of people would consider it character level, yes. I agree, right? But, I mean, people say that about us as well. I think the reason why it feels so much different with him is because of the level of consistency he has, right? So, as an example here, right? If you couldn't tell, right? This, I'm fairly sure, I can't be certain, but I'm fairly sure the yellow is done with a contrast paint.
Yeah, I can see that being done with contrast.
Yeah, but see, like, there's little techniques that he uses to really push it. Like, so for example, you see the scratch and that sort of thing. He just uses underpainting to get that scratch, right? Now, just little things like that really help push things. Like, that little scratch here and there makes these things really pop, and it makes them feel less pristine, more lived in, more a part of the world, right? And it's little touches like that, right? Now, I'm not saying that his black is bad, right? I'm just saying, note this as a contrast, right? So, with the black here, right? We do have some edge highlighting, right? But that's about it. But you notice when it comes to the armor and that sort of thing, we got these little highlights here. We got, you know, the highlights with the little bag and that sort of thing, right? Because when it comes to the black, right, it almost becomes invisible to the naked eye. You follow what I'm saying? So he's choosing where to put his attention. And I think he does that very effectively because, like, some of the times, yeah, with the black, like, no matter how many times you try and highlight this SOB, what's going to happen is you're either going to shade it too dark or too light, and there's no in between when it comes to black, because you're like, oh, just a little bit lighter, just a little bit lighter, just a little lighter. Why am I highlighting white? No, it truly is like that, isn't it? But yeah, so I think very consistent, and I think the other thing that's very consistent is his basing work, and I think that's what truly integrates things. But yeah, there he is, just showing them getting built and doing them up.
Doing the zenithal and the color blockings, and then now we use brush and block in all the other colors.
And this is one of the things that I very much like about Chris, where he shows his process.
Look at that. Got the nice leathers. Real good stuff. I will say the guy that we are currently looking at right now, I think his skin is a little too orange. I was a little confused until Henry zoomed in. Like, what was going on there? Was it part of
I thought it was leathers at first.
Yeah, so I was a little confused. So I think maybe you want to just do a little bit of highlighting for the skin just so it differentiates against the leathers.
Or you could be real sneaky and like get some green stuff and smooth it out and then paint it black so that he has that same sort of gear that everyone else does.
It seems like more work, honey.
Yeah, just a little.
Why do you suggest the more work, Ralph?
Well, because he said that he has back pain and I have back pain. So
give yourself more back pain.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You say, this is what men do to each other.
It's just what you do.
Encourage back pain.
Yep.
Correct.
That's a new emoji that we need to
encourage back pain.
If you would like the exclusive sad bacon emoji, join our Discord today.
Wish we could put that sad bacon in here.
Yeah, I know. I really want to put a sad bacon in the YouTube chat.
All right, so finally we've got John Gass.
Oh my God, it's our favorite Gas.
Gas, gotta give it the gas tonight.
I've been gone for a while. Took an break and went on vacation. And it took me a while to get back to putting paint on a model. Jumped back into a low-pressure commission job for a friend. Spent a little while working on the red of this Death Company cloak. Still very much a whip. But hey, my brushes are currently wet again. Yep. Hurrah!
Well, look, exactly what it is, like get some paint on a model. And like when you get some paint on the model, that is what you need to do, because without it, just like it, I know it sounds very much sort of like, oh, you just need to do it, man. You just need, man. You just need to go, man. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to a lot of these things, right? When it comes to all of this stuff, guys, what are we painting now? Why are we WAYPN? And that the reason for that is like, imagine if the last thing that you saw painted by WAYPN was the big bird, right? That is the last thing that you remember from us. Forever, we are the big bird people. But that's not how life works. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep going. Because eventually, that's it. We're all going to have projects which are never finished. But you'll have more done if you just keep those brushes wet. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for joining.
Bye.